Hey guys, welcome to VLOGOWEEN Day 19. Today I'm just going to do a couple BuzzFeed quizzes. I don't have the quizzes picked out, by the way, but I will look on BuzzFeed now in a second to look for, I think, two. Two is usually the amount of BuzzFeed quizzes that I do on here. So sometimes I do three if I have enough time, but usually it always ends up being two. But before I do get into it, I do want to show a book that I just got in the mail earlier this week, I think it was. This is because I mentioned before on here that I am in a group on Facebook called Bookish Sirens, and basically every Monday they'll post, I'm not going to explain too much about it because I've already mentioned it a bunch of times and explained it a bunch of times on here, but basically you comment your wish list for Amazon, and someone, if they want to, they can send you a book from there. So I got another book in the mail. I was going to show this in yesterday's video, but I completely forgot about it. But I'm not going to show, like, this piece of paper because it has, like, the address and stuff like that. And there's a lot of creepy people in this world, so I don't really want my address being out on YouTube everywhere. So I'm not going to show that part, but I will show the note. Or read it, I should say. So happy fairy mail siren, enjoy from Barb Murray. So she sent me, now on the note, usually, if someone writes a note, the note will come with, obviously, the message, like what she said. And on the bottom, it'll say, gift note included with, and then whatever she gave you. So, in this case, if it's a book, it'll say gift note included with the name of the book. And so I usually try to avoid reading that bottom part because I like to be surprised when I pull out the actual book. But my eyes slipped kind of, and I saw the title of the book. But when I saw the title of the book, I didn't really know, like, The Naturals, like, what is that? I don't remember having a book called The Naturals on my wish list. So I pulled it out, and I looked at it, and I remembered, this is a book that I've been wanting to read for a while. How did I forget about The Naturals? I just forgot the title, not what, like, the actual entire book. But this is the one, The Naturals by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. And now I never knew she wrote the Inheritance Games series until I looked up here. #1 New York Times bestselling author of the Inheritance Games. And on the back it'll say, don't miss, and then I guess these are the other 3 books in the series, and then the Inheritance Games. So when I saw the back of this book, and it said the Inheritance Games, I'm like, I had no idea Jennifer Lynn Barnes wrote the Inheritance Games. I knew someone wrote it, obviously. I mean, it wouldn't be a book if no one wrote it, but you know what I mean? Like, the entire Inheritance Game series has been on my TBR for a while, but I don't have any of those books yet. So hopefully sometime soon I'll get it. Oh, and back here, on the back of it, it shows, like, the entire series of The Naturals. So it goes in Naturals, Killer Instinct, All In, and Bad Blood. And so then down here it'll say the Inheritance Games. So I'm super excited for this. I cannot wait to read the series. So thank you, Barb. I just pulled up BuzzFeed. And I'm just going to look for 2 horror-related, Halloween-ish. Anything that has to do with Halloween for spooky month, I'm going to look for 2 BuzzFeed quizzes. Because, again, that's usually the amount of quizzes I do when I do a BuzzFeed quiz video on here. And I think I found the 2 that I'm going to do. The first one is called Go on a Target Shopping Spree and I'll reveal which fall activity you should do. So let's do that one. Buy a comfort snack first. Assorted chocolate, chips, mac and cheese, ice cream, brownies, yogurt, or popcorn. I'm going to go with chips. I think I'm going to say chips. I freaking love chips, so I'm going to go with that. Obviously, I do love chocolate and mac and cheese, ice cream. Literally everything on this list I love, but I think I'm going to go with chips. I just love the crunchiness of them. Pick a scented candle. Pumpkin spice, maple, cookies, chocolate fudge, apple, pine, or salted butterscotch. Ooh. I'm going to go with pumpkin spice. I mean, I haven't tried anything pumpkin spice related, but I will be trying some pumpkin spice related things in my trying Halloween snacks video, which will be later this month. But I'm going to go with pumpkin spice. Next one, buy a seasonal hand lotion scent. Brown sugar, apple cinnamon, a pumpkin spice, strawberry pound cake, snickerdoodles, coffee bean, or caramel. I'm going to go with, again, pumpkin spice. Pick a new backpack for school. So these are the options. I'm not in school anymore, but these are the options. I think I'm going to go with I really like these types of backpacks, so I'm going to go with this one. Pick a comfort plush. So these are the options. I'm going to go with, this one's actually really cute to me. This one, so I'm going to go with this one. Let's go to the baked goods aisle. Croissant, pumpkin chocolate chip cookies, pumpkin donuts, Halloween cupcakes, lemon loaf, or pumpkin pie. I'm going to go with Halloween cupcakes. Pick a candy bar. Peanut butter cups, Snickers, Crunch, or Kit Kat. I'm going to go with peanut butter cups, of course. Reese's is like my everything. Freaking love Reese's. I got apple picking. Chances are you have been putting this activity off. Here's your sign to do it. I've never been apple picking. Well, actually, that's a lie. I went apple picking with my pop a few years ago when he was alive. So, I have been apple picking before. I just don't do it every year. So, there's that. Next one. So, that's that. That's the first quiz. So, the next one I'm going to do is called This or That Horror Movie Edition. So, basically, just give you 2 different horror movies, and you have to choose which one you like about the most. Okay, first one. Friday the 13th or Halloween. Both the original ones. The first ones. I'm going to go with Halloween. So, these are one of the quizzes that are like, it's like these types. You know what I mean? So, you just pick the answer and it'll say like 68% agree with you or 32%. You know what I mean? Next one. The Exorcist or Evil Dead. It's not even a question. The Exorcist, of course. I've never seen Evil Dead, but I've seen The Exorcist like a bunch of times. The Nun or The Conjuring. I've never seen either, but I've heard more about The Conjuring than The Nun, so I'm going to go with that, I guess. Insidious or The Ring. Again, I've never seen either one, but I've heard Insidious is the creepier one than The Ring, so I'm going to go with Insidious. Megan or Smile. Again, I've never seen either, but I've heard more about Megan than Smile, so I'm going to go with Megan. Nightmare on Elm Street or Trick or Treat. I love Trick or Treat. It's such an underrated horror movie. I'm obsessed with it. I'm going to go with Trick or Treat. It from 1990 or It from 2017. The original It from 1990. I have it on DVD. I have It Chapter 2 on DVD. I think I have the other It from 2017 on DVD as well. But I've only ever watched the original It, and it's just iconic, classic. I'm going to go with It from 1990. Next one, Get Out or Us. I've never seen either, but I've heard more about Get Out, so I'm going to go with that. Hereditary or Midsummer. I've never heard of Midsummer, but I remember when back in high school, one of my good friends told me about Hereditary, and so I went and told me it's one of the goriest horror movies she's ever seen. So I went back home and I watched a few clips of it, so I'm going to go with Hereditary. And it looked really good. I've never seen the entire movie, but it looked really good, so I'm going to go with that. Next one, The Human Centipede or Tusk. I've never seen either, and I haven't heard of either one at all, so I'm going to go with, I guess, The Human Centipede. The Addams Family or Hocus Pocus. Hocus Pocus, of course. A classic, iconic, obsessed with it. Oh, that kind of shocks me. The Addams Family is over Hocus Pocus by 53%. The Addams Family has 53%. Hocus Pocus has 47%. I for sure thought Hocus Pocus would have more, but whatever, moving on. Saw or Candyman. I've never seen Saw, but I've seen Candyman like once or twice. I watched it twice, actually. I watched it last year, in October, and I watched it in bed last night. Well, I didn't really pay any attention to it because I just, when I go to bed, I have the TV on, and then I scroll through TikTok or I'm reading. Like, my TV will be over here, and then I'm turned on this side, so my back is against the TV. So, yeah, I just have it on. I'm listening to it, but I'm not really paying attention to it. So, I don't know if that really makes a difference, but, yeah. I'm going to go with Candyman. Scream from 1996 or Jaws. I'm going to go with Scream. Jeepers Creepers or Carrie. I've never seen Jeepers Creepers, but I've seen Carrie a bunch of times. I freaking love it, so I'm going to go with Carrie. From 1976. Beetlejuice or Coraline. I've never seen Beetlejuice. I've only seen Coraline like once or twice. I can't remember, but I'm going to go with Coraline. Only because I've seen that more than Beetlejuice. Because I've never seen Beetlejuice, I don't think. Next one, Pet Sematary or Children of the Corn. I'm going to go with Pet Sematary because I've never even heard of Children of the Corn. Psycho or Frankenstein. I'm going to go with Psycho because I've heard of both, but I've only ever seen Psycho on YouTube. I've never seen the entire movie. I've just seen clips of it on YouTube and stuff, and I've never seen a single thing from Frankenstein. So I'm going to go with Psycho. A Quiet Place or Bird Box. This one's kind of hard for me because I've never seen either of them. but I've heard really great things about the both of them. I think I'm going to go with Bird Box, though. The Purge or The Shining. I've never seen The Purge, but I really, really want to see it. And The Shining, I've seen it once, and I've never seen the entire movie. I just watched half of it, and that was it. But I'm going to go with The Shining. Bram Stoker's Dracula or not Nosferatu. I don't even know if that's how you say the word, but I'm going to go with Bram Stoker's Dracula, even though I've never heard of either one of those. The Silence of the Lambs or the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I'm going to go with the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, even though I've never seen either, but I've heard of both. But I've heard of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre more than the Silence of the Lambs. Night of the Living Dead or Poltergeist. I'm going to go with Poltergeist. I have it on DVD. I've seen it a couple times. It's pretty good. Orphan or Annabelle? Annabelle, are you kidding me? I've never seen Orphan, but Annabelle is literally the first horror movie I've ever watched. It was at my cousin's house. I've only watched half of it the first time I watched it, but I freaking loved it. So I'm going to go with Annabelle. House of 1,000 Corpses or Hannibal. Hannibal. I'm going to go with Hannibal because I've heard more about that than House of 1,000 Corpses. So there's that. So that is it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed it, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you'd like to see more content from me. And I will see you guys tomorrow for VLOGOWEEN Day 20, which will be a massive, well, maybe massive. I don't know what I'm going to get tomorrow while I'm shopping, but whatever I do get, I'm going to do a haul tomorrow. So, yeah. Bye, guys.